Hello，现在是可以了。刚才又上来线上，不是没声音，又说这麦克风有点不太好。我得希望下次就能够比较有好的一个效果。终于把这个麦克风又弄好了。好，欢迎大家这个收看这期的是 Talk。今天我们给大家这个话题呢，就是三个字，手这个手三个字就是三句话。好，第一句话呢，就是这个词汇啊，什么叫做够呛？我们谈谈够呛这个词，谈这个够呛呢，我一会儿告诉你。再一个呢，就是比如说我们有既然从远外地回来了，或者是出远门出差了，回家了，然后回到家，我们平常怎么说？怎么说这句话啊？这句话蛮有意思的。我今天琢磨琢磨，来给大家介绍这句话。那么再就是一些就是，比如说我们大家又要大家就各自回自己的家了，对吧？要散场了，我们这个时候怎么说呢？有什么话 ？OK, again, welcome back to 费老师 Talk, and this is the third episode of this series. I hope you find it useful. We're going to explain, talk about like three different phrases or sentences that how we say them in Chinese, and let's talk in Chinese and 讲中国话，聊中国话，然后希望我们这个中国话越学越顺，越讲越地道啊，越讲越流利，并且希望我们这个节目呢，目的是给大家提供一个好的机会，让大家就是学一学，看看中文的地道中文是怎么说的。平常有可能大家可能会犯什么样的错误，在讲这些语言，在某些句子，某句话，有的时候可能是你讲的不一定错，grammatically it might be correct. A lot of time, whatever you can say, based on what you learn from the textbook, it's grammatically correct. But the problem is that's not what we say. But when we say those same equivalent phrases in Chinese, which is very, very different from what you learn from the textbook, you may not even understand. So, 这样的话, here's the bridges. I'm just serving as the bridges between what the real life Chinese conversation is like, the phrases that we use, and how we say them. 就是说，作为一个桥梁，你学中文，从教科书学的中文，和我们这个平常在日常生活当中所讲的有什么不同，起一个桥梁作用。这样的话，让大家有个捷径，别到时候学了半天了，学了很久，可能是大家费了不少功夫，总觉得我都是已经是 HSK 5级。甚至6级，我为什么还没听说这句话啊？这个也是费老师平常在这个其他这个平台啊直播的时候所了解到、所发现一般情况呢，我还都能比较精准的猜到我们哪位朋友哪句话，可能我讲出来可能听不懂，哪怕是你5级、6级的，往往我经常在这个直播的时候给大家说，我说。这句话知道吗？我就专门来这个多问两句。我说这句话大家知不知道什么意思啊？比如说，今天的天真够呛，或者是比如说我们家人回家来了，咱怎么说这句话？中文就这么说 ，welcome back， 对吧？比如说同事这个。出差了，然后回来了，表示打个招呼， 昨天回来怎么样 ？Welcome back，对吧？这是我们英文是这样说的，中文怎么说？我们一点点的慢慢来讲。Okay, so let's go back. Let's start with the first phrase or sentence that it just came to my mind today. It is very cold outside. When I was walking home, and as I just stepped out of the subway station, I thought this, oh, if I come across a friend that I know on the street in a weather like this, what would I say? What would you say? On a normal day, sometimes when we meet someone who's our friend and we know each other very well, right? I told you, I mentioned about this, talked about this in a number of different occasions. In Chinese, when we say hi, we don't say, hi, how you doing? Oh, 你好. Don't say, 你好吗?你好. We normally don't say that. What do we say? I know you know that. I talked about this many times. We say, hey, 吃了吗? Oh, 还没呢。早呢？你吃了吗? Right? So this is something we talked about this so many times, but I don't want to spend too much time here. But anyway, on the cold weather like this, I just posted a video about that, in fact. So normally sometimes, hey, how are you doing? 怎么样？今天好吗？我们看一位朋友 I don't know who you are, but if you want to just like say hi here and yeah, just say hi. Good to see you here. So basically on the weather like this, very cold outside. So if you come across a new friend, I mean, a friend that you know very well, what we say? Hey, 去哪？哇，今天真够呛啊！ So it's a cold weather, right? When you see your friends coming, come across each other, you just want to say hi. Hey, how are you doing? But that's what we say in English. But in Chinese, hey, 去哪？哇，这天可真够冷的。So this is what we normally would say. 这天可真够冷的。So that's the kind of thing we say. I'm just trying to figure out where's the comment section. So the comment section is kind of gone. Why? I'm gonna see. Looking like today the comment is gone. It's not. It's not there. I don't know why. Anyway, so wherever you are watching here, if you're not able to comment right now, let me see where it is. I'd like you to be able to ask questions when I'm just talking here, but it's a little interesting. But anyway, it's a little interesting. But anyway, let's carry on. So sorry, I'm just trying to bring out the comment here, so I don't know, so I know who you are, but I can't find the comment section. This is my third session. So, but if you do have any questions, just leave me a message. So basically, in the weather like this, I'm just talking about, what I had in mind when I just coming out of the train station today. It is extremely cold. I was thinking about, if I bump into a friend, 看到一位朋友，然后互相打招呼，我们中国人一般会怎么说？会说，嘿，这去哪里啊？哇，今天可够冷的哈。So this is another way of saying hi. Hey, how you doing? We don't say that in this kind of situation. Among friends we know very well. Hey, 今天可真够冷的哈。It's just like saying, hey, on a different day, maybe, during the daytime, hey, 你吃了吗? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Or, when in summertime, when it's hot, right? You just come across each other on the street. Instead of saying, hey, what's up? How are you doing? How are you today? Yeah, how do you do? Right? We don't say that. We say, hey, 哇，今天可真够热的啊，热得够呛，哇，今天热得可真够呛。So this is one of the way that we say among us Chinese when kind of greeting to each other, right? Greeting. This is what we use to greet each other. Instead of saying, "Hey, 你好吗? Hey, 今天好吗?" We normally don't say that. We just say, "Hey, 今天的天可真够呛，好冷啊，冻死了." That's another way of, just like equivalent of saying, "Hey, how are you doing?" Right? 我希望大家能够从这里能够得到一点点启发，就是呢，我们中文并不那么直接，很多事情啊，就是有时候呢，就是有很多语言啊，用一些代替的语言来表达同样的打招呼的这种效果，打招呼啊，或者是打破一个那种 silence，比如说for example if you're running like an elevator, right? So there are a few other people there. So you say, instead of saying, wow, saying hi, hey, how you doing? We just say, wow, 这电梯还不错啊，今天电梯不挤，今天电梯还不挤，哦，没，哇，今天电梯给我们忙的，今天大家。You just kind of say something, like just find something to talk about, but you don't really say, "Hey, 你好." In other words, when you're saying 你好, it's sometimes kind of awkward, but we just say, 哇，今天这天气，今天大家都一起出来了。哦，今天大家出去啊，哇，今天天儿还不错。So that's another way of saying hi to everybody instead of saying, "Hey, how are you doing today?" Right? So we always say, "Have a good day," right? We don't say have a good day when we say bye. We just say, 哦，今天空气还真是不错，出来走走不错，今天出去走走不错。So this is the way of saying, greeting to each other, talking to each other, right? Okay, so much for 够呛，今天够冷的。Okay, so on greeting. I hope you have learned something. Okay, now, what if one of your family member who's like been away from home for quite some time, they come back. What do you say? I know in English we say, "Hey, 欢迎回来, come back," right? We just say, "Hey, welcome home, welcome back home, welcome back," right? At your job, at your workplace, your colleague who's on a business trip for a little while, maybe like a week or some time, and it's the first day that your friend is coming back to work. Oh, say, welcome back. What do we say? 欢迎回来，欢迎再回来上班，欢迎再回家来，欢迎回家。Very awkward. We don't say that. What do we say? Instead of saying, "Hey, your family member arriving, coming home," you just say, 回来了，啊，回来了。You just say that. 啊，回来了。We just say that. We don't say 欢迎回来. It's very awkward. It's not natural. It's just like you are acting, right? We don't say that. We say 欢迎. You see, I got it nice, switching back and forth between the Chinese culture. But in the Chinese culture, we don't say 欢迎回来. We say 哦，回来了。The next one to follow, 快进门. That's a little bit high level if you're learning this. So instead of if you can say instead of saying 欢迎回家, just say 回来了. If you're just beginning to learn Chinese Mandarin, 回来了. That's very natural. That's for beginners. Okay, for like a little higher level, if you know a little bit more Chinese, you know, more comfortable of speaking real life Chinese, would say, after you say, 回来了, you say, 快进屋，回来了，哎，快进屋，我帮你拿拖鞋。This is the way of saying, welcome home. Chinese way of saying, welcome home. We just say, 回来了，快进屋，我帮你拿拖鞋，我帮你拿东西。回来了，快进屋，哎，快，我帮你拿，累了吧？Another way, another phrase to follow. So one set of whole phrase would be, 哦，回来了，快进屋，哎，帮你拿，累了吧？So that's how we say welcome home. That's an equivalent saying to the English way of saying welcome home. You get it? So you could also say this as well after your family member, or your loved ones, or any of your family members, right? Yeah, just like I said a little bit as well. Yeah, 回来了，哎，快进屋，累了吧？哎，我帮你拿东西。You know, it's like this, right? 哎，你快进来，我帮你拿，我帮你提。Right? 饿不饿？哎，我去弄点吃的。So this is the full set of welcoming phrases. Welcome home. When you talk to your, your family members, your loved ones, your relatives who are coming from home. Right? Yeah, it's not your family member, or if it's not, if they are not your immediate family member, say for example, your relatives, right? Showing up at your door, right? Instead of saying welcome to, Vancouver, welcome to my home, or welcome. You don't say that. We don't say, oh, 欢迎来到哦，欢迎来中国，或者欢迎来北京，欢迎来 whichever city. We don't say that. We say, 到了，快进来，哎，辛苦了，真是累了吧，我帮你提东西。饿了吧？哎，我帮你弄点东西吃，先喝点水。This is a way of saying welcoming home, or welcome here, right? That's for your relative friend who are arriving from a different city, coming to your place. Well, what about friends, from a different part of your city? You just, you invite your friends to come over, right? And you say, 到了，进来，快进来，进来，喝点什么？ This is the way, 喝点什么？我去帮你倒水。哎，喝水还是喝可乐，还是喝啤酒 ？Right? That's how we say, welcome to my home. Okay, at workplace, what do you say? So maybe one of your subordinates, right? One of your staff who just went to, on a business trip to see customers like in different city, coming after like one week, coming, back to work. Or maybe just a co-worker, right? Just, your colleague. I know in English, when you say hi, oh, you just went to, where did you go? Oh, yeah, welcome back, right? Welcome back. But what do we say? We say, 怎么样？这个 这趟怎么样？怎么样？这趟回来了，辛苦了，辛苦了。That's what we say. We don't say welcome back. We say, hey, 怎么样？回来了，这趟怎么样？辛苦了吧？还行吗？That's what we say. That's how we say welcome back. 哎，怎么样？那地儿还可以吧？这趟收获不小吧？ Yeah. Well, when we say 怎么样, when we say 收获不小吧, we don't mean that we're gonna like be nosy or asking about what had happened, whether you how you did it or whatever. It's say, oh, welcome back. It's been a few days or maybe a week and I haven't seen you. Welcome back. Just, to be nice to each other, to be polite and to be welcoming, just like welcoming. Instead of saying nothing. We don't say nothing, right? Make friends, colleagues or our friends. We work together, get along with each other every day, right? Day in, day out, we become friends. We want to be welcoming, but to show our welcoming, we just chat a little bit, not really too much, but just, 回来了，辛苦了，还不错吧？ Yeah, just like that. Okay, so 20 minutes, 21 minutes already. So I plan to have this session for about 30 minutes. So I'm on track. All right. Again, it's always such a pleasure talking to everyone. And unfortunately, today I don't know, the live chat button is not there, and I don't see you. I really wish this time I was able to interact while we were talking. Normally, I would talk to everyone, and as I talk, if any one of you have any like questions, you can ask me right away. But again, it's the third time, so I'm still learning this thing. But anyway, let's move on to the third topic. Sometimes we always like have friends. Either we have parties in, coming to our place, friends coming to our place, some almost at the end of the party, people start to leave, right? Or maybe they're like you're hosting a party in a restaurant, right? Or in any function, any place. And before we leave, what do we say? Before you're leaving, you probably want to come to the host and say, yeah, I'm about to leave. It's about, uh, I need to, for whatever reason, it's about time to leave, been a pleasure. But so when you say you leave, I'm leaving, right? I'm leaving. For the same thing, how do you say this in Chinese language? Right? Well, I mean, thank you, appreciation, those phrases are standard, really appreciate your invitation, glad to be part of it. 谢谢，今天晚上真的玩的真的很开心啊，这个谢谢能邀请我来，或者是很高兴大家能一起玩，今天玩的真的非常开心，一般都会这样说啊，今天一定玩的很开心。Right? But when you say the word I'm leaving, what do you say? You probably say, 我要走了。Don't say this. 不要走了。Never say the word 走。走 it's two different reasons you don't say this. So one reason is that if you say 我要走了, or if you say in a very stiff way, 我要走了. Sometimes it can trigger a sort of misunderstanding. Sometimes I just feel like, oh, 我要走了. It means, well, are you not happy or what's going on? In the Chinese mentality, when you hear someone saying, 我要走了, it feels like, oh, maybe something's going on. He's not happy. He's just like, did I something that I really didn't take care of this guy? And he's not happy and he's 走. So don't use the word 走. That's one reason. Second reason, in the Chinese culture, the word 走 is often used, I would say, to refer to some person passing away. Yeah, if you say someone 走了, it means it's a very polite way of saying someone has passed away. So that's why we always avoid the word 走. It's not nice. It doesn't sound nice in that context, right? It's really sad. So I can probably list 10 reasons, that we should avoid the word 走 in this context. So, what do you say? You say, 我撤了, meaning I really enjoyed it and I'm just kind of leaving, 撤了, meaning I'm just like, gradually leaving this place and after having a good time. 撤了. You could also say, hey, 今天我是真高兴，今天大家很尽兴，歌也唱了，这个酒也喝了，大家真是就是聊得也很开心，也交了不少的朋友，也该撤了，有点晚了，该撤了。哎，我先撤了啊。Yeah, so that's most popular and most proper way and polite as well. 先撤了啊。We'll most likely say that. Oh, 哎，今天辛苦你了啊。just saying, say goodbye to your host. Say, 今天你看这是把你忙坏了啊，改天我们再聊，先撤了。Yeah, you can also say, 我先告辞了。That's another way, very, a little bit more formal. That's another way of saying bye politely. 先告辞了。今天真的玩得非常高兴，你辛苦了。你看，你们一家都也辛苦了，忙坏了。你看，有机会我们再唠，我们有机会再聊。有机会，哎，我做东到我家里玩。You can also say that. It doesn't have to be an invitation. It's like a polite courtesy. Yeah. 有机会 The key is 有机会 It's not a promise. 有机会到我家去玩啊！我先走了，我先告辞了啊 ！Yeah, you don't really use the 走，我先告辞了，先撤了。Got it? All right, so it's 30 minutes, and I think today we were not able to interact with each other, even though I see you there. I'm sorry, really sorry I couldn't. The chat screen is not on right now. So I will definitely do some homework again and see what have gone wrong. Usually I have the live chat here, but this time I don't. So Anyway, it's always a pleasure talking to everyone. And if you do have any question about what I've taught, and this will be, playing ongoing. The video will be posted as a video, the live will be posted as a video. So 之后呢，可以大家再继续看，在看的过程中呢，可以想看多少遍就可以多少遍，都在那里。然后呢，如果你有什么样的疑问，if you have any question about what I've covered tonight, or not sure whether certain phrases or words that is appropriate to say, and then you can always leave me a message. And I reply to each one of your messages or comments. And if you do have any questions, just let me know. All right, I'm seeing you here as well as I mentioned. 我看你了，朋友，但是今天不知道为什么技术原因，就是 live chat，就是那个对话没出现，我不知道你可能写东西我也看不到，然后呢，你可以给我留言，我会随时回答你。好的，我们今天就这样，我们下一期魏老师 talk 再见。好，bye for now. Thank you. See you next time.